I'm Hugh Nall, the offensive line coach from Texas Christian University, and from Fort Worth, Texas.
So how does it feel to be the best at what you do?
Well, first of all, that's a nice statement. I don't know how I qualify for that, other than the fact I've been at TCU now going on 4 years, and coaching offensive line at TCU has been a real challenge. And we've had to do some things at TCU to try to make up for the competition that we're meeting, and some innovative things, I guess. And so I assume that's why I'm here, and I hope that I'll be able to help these high school coaches and different coaches, learn some new techniques, some new terminologies, and basically the fundamentals of some run blocking and pass blocking.
Okay. How did you decide to get into this profession?
Coming out of college, I had an opportunity to coach with a gentleman named Russell, who started a football program at Georgia Southern College in Statesboro, Georgia. At the time, they didn't have a football program. And he was a defensive coordinator at University of Georgia, and I had just got through playing at the University of Georgia, and we'd just come off a 12-0 season and won a national championship. And he was going to Statesboro, Georgia to start this football program, and asked me to go with him. And so when I went, I went on a trial basis just to help him out, basically. Once I got there, I found out that I did love the game and love the coaching aspect of it, as well as, as much as I enjoyed the playing aspect of it. And so Russell's the one that gave me my start and helped me understand the love of coaching. He was a real influence, not only on the field but off the field, in the way that he helped young men grow and make decisions in their life, not only football-wise, but once again academically and then off the field. And he sure was. He was a great influence on me.
What, when you were growing up, made you get into sports?
Well, I think the main thing is I'm from a lot like Texas. I'm from a small South Georgia town. And, on Friday nights there, they roll up the streets and everybody goes to the football game. And I grew up in that kind of atmosphere, and had two older brothers that both played. Had one that played at the University of Colorado and that was 4 years older than me. And so I kind of followed in his footsteps and my older brother's footsteps. And not only that, but just the community's influence on young kids in that area. In what football is all about. And then once again the high school coaches and they once again not only taught the game of football, but they taught you some meaning to life and what winning and losing is all about.
Okay, now that you're a coach, how do you try to be a good role model, and why do you feel that it's important to be a good role model?
Well, that gets into a good role model. That gets into a broad spectrum. That I think this day and time, to be honest with you, I think that we got a lot of problems, and I think that athletics offers an opportunity for kids to be in a positive situation. I don't know of any recruiting the great state of Texas. I don't know one high school coach I've ever met that teaches kids something wrong. Everybody you go into, they're trying to teach kids right from wrong off the field as well as on the field. And, that's the same thing that we do at Texas Christian. And the same thing now with the new coach, and Pat Sullivan, his belief is. And so getting back to that, I think that, that every coach tries to do that. They try to teach kids two things, basically. What it takes to win in the game of football, which is hard. It's not an easy sport. It's hard-nosed, aggressive, get after them. Football and or a sport. And the other thing is we try to teach the kids just simply do right. That society needs good people, and that when you get out of football, you get out of education, that when you get into that job, it's still going to be a hard-nosed, get-after-them type situation. And I think that's what every football coach and every coach, whether it's tennis, golf, or whatever, tries to teach their kids. And that's bottom line, that's why I'm in coaching, and that's what I try to, role model is that type of influence on the kid.
Okay, what advice would you give to others who are following you into this profession?
The first thing would be, to listen, to try to go as many places as possible to learn about the game. That's one thing I've found out. No one person has all the answers. It's just like what I'm talking about today. It might not fit everybody. You know, it might just fit me, but if they can pick up one or two good points to help their coaching situation, then that's going to help them. So my advice would be to shop around, look around, listen, and don't ever think you got all the answers.
What have been some significant milestones in your life?
Oh, football-wise would been number one, an opportunity to play college football. I think that's a great opportunity for any young man in this country. You know, I feel like that's an honor to have that opportunity to play no matter what level it is, and to receive a full scholarship to a major school was even a greater honor. Then to play on a team with you know, some great people. Went in with a great freshman class, and we saw the worst and the best at University of Georgia, and then to play for a guy like Vince Dooley and be around a program like that. And probably the highlight of my life was my senior year. We won the national championship, beat Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl, and you know, went 12-0, and that's, you know, being sincere about it, that doesn't happen for many people, and that was truly an honor. And then to go somewhere with a guy like Irk Russell and start a program that's gone on to win 4 national championships in the last 10 years. And when we got there, we didn't have socks, jocks, or footballs or anything. And our office was in a trailer, and we were always worried because the office was in a trailer. They never would take the wheels off that thing. We always thought the next day we'd come back and not have an office. But that, and then the opportunity to come and coach at Texas Christian University, and that's from a football standpoint. From a personal standpoint, being lucky enough to find somebody to put up with me and marry the lady I did, and now we got 3 beautiful kids, and from a personal standpoint, that marriage was number one. Start with the stance, go through different stance, weight distribution. You know, what I look for in a stance, what we look for in a stance. Might be a few different things than what you've heard before. Then get into just the basic steps on a base block, the lead step, the second step, or what I call a drag step. You know, the wide base that we're looking for, and then the foot pressure. You know, once we engage in a block and what we're looking for, you know, as far as the foot pressure go. Then I'll get into the flat back on the base block, the takeoff, the hit through, that type stuff. Very simple first part there. Once again, if you have questions, you know, feel free to ask. If there's something you didn't hear or didn't understand, make sure and ask me. The third thing I want to get into is a little bit of zone blocking. A lot of people now are running the stretch play, the bounce play, the Cincinnati Bengal, Washington Redskin bounce play, and I'll get into zone blocking technique as far as covered linemen, uncovered linemen, and the steps that they're going to take, the tracks that they're going to take, and then talk about tracks and pressure, and talk about zone blocking a little bit. Then we'll just get into quickly the pull by the guard and the tackle on the counter play, and what we've taught on the pull by the guard and tackle as far as the ET player. Go through that real quickly, and hopefully I can cover that in 30 minutes. And then I want 35 minutes, and I want to spend most of my time on pass protection. All right, drop back pass protection, twist pickup, rip swim, just the fundamentals of pass pro. It seems like to me that when we have people come visit us at TCU, that most of the offensive line coaches that come and visit, that's what they want to talk about with me. And we went through 3 quarterbacks last year, and I don't know why they want to talk to me about, you know, pass pro, but, you know, I think we do a pretty good job of it. We just can't sit back there all day. We got to get rid of it. They got to throw it in a hurry. So anyway, I'll go through that, and you know, once again, this is
Everything you hear today is, most of it's stolen. The one thing is, I'll go through an analogy. What's big with me when you're teaching pass protection, and I'll get into this a little bit, I think that you have got to help your kids understand what they're doing. They've got to have a concept of what you're trying to accomplish. And I call that a right angle theory. It's pretty simple. You know, everybody's got different terminologies for it. Keeping the inside-out relationship, outside eye to his inside eye, whatever. But I call it a right angle with a shoulder plane and a nose plane, and I'll go through all that with you. And I'll try to, if we have time, get into how that applies to drop back, half sprint, and full sprint protection. And once again, I think it's a great way to show your kids what you're trying to do, what you want them to accomplish, and then the fundamentals that go in with it. The stance part is pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and start with that, just as, using myself as, example-wise. The first thing I try to do every year with all my kids, I bring them in just like they don't know anything, all right? We start with our feet together, widen them out, shoulder width apart. I teach right-handed stance and left-handed stance. In the past, I've always flip-flopped my offensive line. We quit doing that now. We have a right side and a left side, but I want them in a right-handed stance on the right side and a left-handed stance on the left side. All right, simply, once again, we throw the ball so much, I think it's important to have that kick foot in place, in your initial stance. So once again, we start just toe-to-toe. I move my outside foot back to the arc of my inside foot, to the power foot, to the ball. All right, once again, if it's a left stance, move it back to the arc of my right foot, and then I get shoulder width apart. It's what I ask our kids to do. Some of them go a little bit more, some of them go a little bit less. I don't like a real wide stance like you see in the pros. I want it a little bit close to shoulder width apart. But once again, all of us have kids that do things a certain way and they do a good job with it. If you got a kid that's pretty good and he's got a stance like this, the point is don't change him if he's pretty good. Don't screw him up. I learned a long time ago not to overcoach. But anyway, the basic stance, shoulder width apart. We go elbows on our knees. We want our down and our knees bent, all right? We want our head up. When we go down, man, we have basically a 50-50 stance. We zone block so much and we pass block so much. I want that hand barely touching the ground, where if somebody kicked my hand out from under me, I wouldn't go anywhere. The weight distribution. I want the weight distribution right through the middle of my body. I want the weight distribution down down my vertebrae, right down my vertebrae, and I want all the weight centered on the inside of my feet. All right? And we call that foot pressure. I want that foot pressure on the ground on the inside of the feet. The important thing there is in any block, whether it's a run block or a pass block, I want that power right through the middle of me. If I got my weight on the outside of my feet and the guy gets me going one way or the other, then I'm going to get thrown off. I want that weight on the inside of my feet. And we work this drill right here. We'll lead step, slide step, lead step, slide step, lead step, slide step, and I want to see their ankle bent and their knee bent in this position. All right? Once we get here, get the weight on the inside, we drop our hand. Once again, if you're a run or option, I coached at Georgia Southern and played at Georgia for 3 years when we were in the Veer, and we'd get a lot more weight forward, but once again, have that weight on the inside half of your feet. Just once again, depending on the type of offense you run. You either want your weight even, 50-50, or shoot, the pros nowadays, they go 30-70. You see them in the pros doing this at times. Of course, if you got a block Lawrence Taylor and people like that, you probably need to do that. But depending on the offense you run, depends on how much weight distribution you want your kids to have. If it's more run-oriented, you want more weight forward. More pass-oriented, I think you need to go to a 50-50 or at least a 60-40 ratio in your weight distribution. Now, okay. All right, let's go, man. All right, here we go. Get right here, Jim. Facing the camera this way. All right, first thing, I want you your toes together, facing the camera this way. Get your toes together. We're getting in a base stance, all right? I want you to slide your right foot back to the arc of your left foot. Slide your, no. Here we go, man. I want to slide a foot back right here, all right? Then we're going shoulder width apart, squatting down, the elbows on our knees, bending our, all right? Let's go, man. Get in that stance. All right, now put your hand straight in front of you, slightly inside of your outside foot. Take this hand down. We're getting in a base run stance, man. All right, now get your eyes up. Get your eyes up and see the football. All right, my coaching point, this guy right here will be his stance is too wide, man. I want that base narrow, this foot slightly back just a little bit more. All right, now squat down, your elbows on your knee. Now get your weight on the inside of your feet. Now put your hand slightly inside. There you go. Now get your eyes up so you can see me. All right, I'd want to stagger this one. Bring your foot back just a little bit more and in just a little bit. Same thing here. All these guys, in my opinion, got a little too wide a base. All right, get your eyes up. It's important to have your eyes up. Now, wherever your hand is now, slide it out about 4 inches. Get it out in front of you. More of a run-oriented stance. There you go. Yeah. Slide it out in front of it, son. All right. Get your ass now. Get your ass in there. There you go. Now get your head up. Get your elbow on your knee. All right. Just basic stance. Man, it's once again important to get that weight distribution. That weight distribution to start with, because the first step we take, as everybody knows, a simple lead step. We're going to lead with our right foot. I want to lead step, a 6-inch step with the right foot. On hike, get in your stance. Here we go. Don't do anything with that second foot. Set, hike. All right. That's first step. It's important to get it down in a hurry. I'm going to lead step my right foot. Boom. The second step I call my drag step. All right. I want that foot dragging on the ground. I want to make sure that that foot gets on the ground in a hurry. And I think the best analogy to give a kid about that is say it's a drag step. You know, all the time I've told my kids, get that second step down, get it down. They're in such a hurry to get to that block. And most time they're boom, boom, all right? And now here we go, we've lost our base and we're in a heap of trouble and have to get on the ass and get on the boards and everything. So the second step, I want boom, boom. I want it as a drag step. All right, boom, 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 just dragging that foot behind, trying to keep that wide base. Now, I think it's important, and I was always coached to get that toe pointed to the point of attack. Man, I don't believe that's right anymore. I think that when you're base blocking, that first step, if I'm blocking this guy through his 0, through that play side number, I'm blocking him to the right. I want my step going just past that 0. All right, so therefore my headgear coming to his play side armpit. If I step right at the 0, then my headgear is going to basically base him up and be in the backside number. Hell, it's the way your body's made. I mean, it's the way your body made. You know, your foot's here and your head's here. Well, if you step there, your foot stays here. Now if I step here, now my head's over here where I want to be at the point of attack. So I think it's important. This is simple stuff, I know. But I think it's important that you make sure that that step is past the point of attack. And that gets the head to the point of attack. Once again, that's mighty simple, but I think it's something that's important. Once they come off the ball and they take that lead step, that drag step, once again, we want that weight distribution right down the vertebrae. All right, we want the weight distribution right down the middle of the body. I don't want the weight on the outside of my feet. I don't want it flat. I want the weight on the inside of my feet. Once again, the drill that we do, man, I want you with your elbows on your knee right now. And I want y'all to do just what I'm going to do right here. We're going to lead step, drag step. Lead step, drag step from this. Now, and your head and shoulders up. All right, here we go. Sit. Hey. Get that second step drag now, man. Oh, back it up. Look here now. I was at a clinic in Cincinnati last week, and McNally with the Bengals has a great example of demeanor. Demeanor is staying in a good football stance now, staying in a good football position. Y'all lost your demeanor. All right? I want to see you staying down low. I want to see you here. I want to see you keeping that ass bent and knees bent. That's over-exaggerated, but it's got to be. It's got to be in fundamentals. All right, here we go. Sit. Hey. All right, sink your ass. You know, sink your. All right. All right, let's go back. Me and y'all are taking steps. I want to see a step, drag, step, drag, step, drag, step. I don't want to see this now. All right. All right, one more time now. All right, here we go. Sit. Hey. All right, stand down, head and shoulders back. All right, hold. All right. All right, bring it back. All right. All right, give me, Mike, y'all turn around and face these guys. Give me a guy on defense. You turn around and y'all face each other now. You face them. All right, here we go. All right, I want you to back off, and I want you coming off the ball. You're blocking him through his outside number there, all right? You're going to lead with your left foot. You're going to lead with your left foot. I'm stepping here, and I'm dragging this step, and I'm coming off the ball. And I want to see the first to hit through with the arm. All right, hit through the arm. Now, I teach base blocking maybe a little bit different. Well, just now getting back into the old Crowder sled technique of throwing the flipper in there more and lifting with the hip and hitting through with the hip and the legs. I've been a hands guy ever since I started teaching zone blocking. You know, cock the arms back and hit through and lift with the hands. We're getting into a little bit more now with the flipper. What I'm going to show right now is when he comes off, I want to see a flat back from his stance, a flat back. I want to see hat speed, and then I want to see the hit through. All right? Now, the hit through is going to come with the hat speed he gets from thrusting his arm up through that defender. Just like if you're cutting this guy if you're hitting this guy with an uppercut, I want to boom. I want to come right up through him, or right here, boom. All right, I want to lift right up through his play side number. Get my backside ear to his play side armpit. That, for several reasons, if the play is going that way, for safety reasons, not leading with the headgear, you know, teaching them to make the initial and main contact with the hands or with the arm, and then getting that backside ear to the play side armpit. Once again, I think that'll save you a lot of trouble, you know, not teaching the kid to lead with his head. All right, here we go. I want to see you come off the ball. I want to see you left lead. All right, I want to see you hit through with that play side arm and lift, and then I want you to freeze as soon as you do that. All right, here we go. Set. Hey. All right, just freeze now. All right, first of all, you lost your demeanor. Sink your ass down. There you go, sink your ass. All right, now, you're in this position. All right, now, start your chopping steps, what I call 1,000 6-inch steps. I want those kids to hit him or to be into them with 1,000 6-inch steps. Once again, with that weight distribution on the inside of the feet. All right, lock into him now. Lock into him. Now start chopping your feet. Start chopping your feet. Turn your heels out. All right, now let's see you do it. Wide base now. Keep that base the same thing you have when you're in your stance. Lock into him. Let's go. All right, here we go. Start driving his ass. Let's go. Here we go. Wide base. Wide base. All right. All right, one more time right here. All right, here we go. Sit. Hey. All right, chop your feet now. All right, come here, Mike. All right, come here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, I want to come off the ball. I'm lead stepping, short lead step, drag foot. All right, boom, boom, hit through, and then I want to chop my feet in this manner. All right, stay and maintain contact with the weight on the inside of my feet. All right, once again, I want to flat back and get that tail tuck and lifting from the hat speed and the hit through with my hands now. All right, you see what I'm saying? All right, now I want you to come off this time now. All right, let's go. Now, that's it. Hey, that's it. That's sink your ass. Do it. All right, good. All right, see this one. All right, here we go. Sit. Hey. All right, good. Let's go. All right, let's go the other way. Right lead. You're blocking him on his right side. You're blocking him on the right side of his body. You're going to hit through the 5 with your left hand, getting your backside ear to the play side armpit. Once again, you want flat back and hit through. All right, here we go.
Right first?
Yes, right lead. Right lead, let's go. Let's do them together here, let's go. Get your elbow on your knee, son. Get your elbow there. Sit. Hey! All right, all right. All right, now, y'all are position blocking once you get into it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you position blocking now. I want you taking his ass. All right, keep driving through him. Sink your up those feet. All right, here we go. Sit. Hey! All right, all right. All right, once again, you need to be blocking him on that play side over there. All right. Once again, the things of stress, man, you know, this is mighty simple, I know. To me, is a good stance, a good lead step. If you don't have the stance, a good proper stance, you're in a heap of trouble. And you have to teach the kids that they've got to make it consistent with what they do. Hell, football ain't natural. It ain't natural, and that's why I think it's important that kids understand that word demeanor. McNally said that. Hell, I'm going to get T-shirts printed up says demeanor. That means fundamental. That means thinking football, being a football player, being an offensive lineman. It ain't that's the most unnatural thing there is in football. And once again, everybody knows you don't get credit and all that kind of stuff, but you got to have demeanor. You got to think fundamentals. It's got to start with a stance, a lead step, that drag step, that wide base, and that weight distribution. The hit through. All the fundamentals, if you don't teach that, you're in a heap of trouble. I really believe that. The other thing is, that T-shirt, demeanor, what a great word. You know, the demeanor we play as an offensive line, the better we're going to be. So think demeanor, think fundamentals. All right, once again, we're getting more into the flipper this year, and I'm sure everybody out here can coach that a lot better than I can. That's simply lifting with the forearm, tail tuck, you know, just like when we come off and we hit through, boom, hit through with that tail tuck, sinking our in a good drive stance. The same thing is true with the flipper. Boom, you know, lifting here, same thing, lifting up through, exploding up through that defensive man. Keeping our pads lower. I think when I watch our films and we hit through with our arms a lot, you know, we're getting too high. You know, we're coming straight up instead of staying down lower with that flat back hit through, maintaining this angle. We're doing this too much. And I think a lot of that has to do with we spend so much time doing this, you know, pass pro. So we're going back to the flipper, and I hope to do a good research this summer and get out the crowd of sled in the fall. Go back to the way it's supposed to be, you know, basic football. All right, men, that's just simply touching on a stance, lead step, base block. What I want to do right now is get into zone blocking a little bit. And, you know, at TCU, we've been one back for the last 3 years. And to be honest with you, our running game ain't been very good. And the reason our running game hadn't been very, very good is because we didn't believe in the running game. We wanted to throw the football. You better believe in what you're doing, and you better do it and give your kids a chance to do it. And all we did was throw the football. We got to run the football in this league in order to survive. I think Houston proved that last year. They lost Witherspoon, and they lost their running game, and it's not near the attack that they've had in the past. All right, zone blocking is our main play, the bounce play. You know, start the one back at the inside foot of the tackle, and if he's getting stretched, he's cutting it inside. If he's getting the guy reach, he's bouncing it outside. Simple play, but a great play. So what I want to go over real quick is zone blocking. I need two guys right here facing this way. All right? I want you to back off as a linebacker. I want you to stay up. All right? The first thing in zone blocking is real simple. You got to teach your kids either one of them's covered and one of them's uncovered. All right, one of them's covered, one of them's uncovered. If you're running the bounce play, the outside zone play, all right, the covered guy is going to run what we call a reach track. All right, a reach track. It's real simple, but it's two phases to it. His aiming point, once again, is the outside of the play side number. He wants to get his backside ear to that outside armpit. All right, he's going to lift with his backside hand right in the sternum, and he's on a track. That track is just like a train track, and that's the way I explain it to my kids. I'll get on the board and I'll draw a train track right through this guy's outside number, coming at this angle right here, not north and south, but an angle through that outside armpit. All right, he's going to reach track. That step is like this. I'm reach, and now I'm tracking right up the field with my power foot here. I'm reach, tracking, all right? If you're up on the ball, if you're tied up on the ball, and we have a different alignment, whether A alignment or B alignment, where we get to the armpit against really attack fronts, then we do that same technique with a power reach. We'll step with our inside foot first. So tied, I'm up on the ball, now I'm power, boom, boom. All right, so I got reach, track. When I'm backed off the ball, I'm reach, tracking. The point is there, I want my power foot getting into the guy initially. And if I'm backed off the ball, once the ball snaps, when I reach, then this is when the contact is coming. The other thing is the third step now, once he starts making contact with me, the third step now has got some leverage to it. The step will be outside and help the guy from pushing me to the play. All right, it's important to teach track, because the guy has got to stay on track if he does not get pressure. There's tracks and there's pressure. If you understand that and your kids understand that, you can zone block. The other thing is the levels of the defense, the first level, the second level. I think, once again, that's important to go through that with your kids and teach that to them. If this guy comes off the ball, all right, line back up over here, son. When he comes off the ball, I want you to take a reach track. All right, he's going up the field. If this guy's got contained, he's fighting through him, he's got pressure now, right? So he's going to lock into that pressure and keep blocking that pressure, then try to get both hands in there and take that guy at that angle. He don't want to try to take him north and south. We want to stretch that guy, maintaining contact, staying into him, maintaining contact, and try to take him to the sidelines. We don't want to try to take him to the goal post. We want to get stretch out of the play. It's what I call the ooze factor. You want to ooze the guy off the football. Never thought I'd say that, but main thing is you want to maintain contact and let that guy back there that runs a 4-5 cut off your block as long as you're maintaining contact. If he comes off the ball, take your track. And he doesn't get, you don't get pressure now. Stay on your track. You're a train now, right? Do it again. Do it again. If you don't get pressure, you stay on your track. Say, hey, all right? And that's it. He stays on that track right there, locating linebacker with his eyes. It's important that he finds him with his eyes. Once he turns his shoulders, if the linebacker's inside and flowing over the top, he will never get that linebacker, all right? He will never get to the linebacker, so it's important that he finds him with his eyes first. Once he finds him, if it's a scrape backer, now he can turn his shoulders and attack him. And once again, his aiming point will be the outside armpit, lifting and continue to zone track through him. All right, if the linebacker's coming over the top, if the linebacker's come off, son, linebacker's coming off the top, then he wants to hit through that play side armpit and continue zoning that linebacker just as he would the first level guy. Now he's getting pressure from the second level or from the linebacker. All right, uncovered guys in our outside zone, they're going to take a bucket step, an actual bucket step. The term came from just like you're taking a step back in a bucket. He's going to open step and cross over. It's one motion, pushing off that bucket step. he's reading inside number. He's reading the inside number of the covered defense of the lineman, defensive lineman that's covering his tackle. This would be a tackle. This is a guard. We're running the bounce play to the right. If he sees stretch, if he sees inside number going away from him, come on, run your track, son. He sees stretch. He sees that going away. He knows the pressure from the first level is on the tackle. He immediately locates linebacker, and he's going to zone through the play side armpit of the linebacker. All right? If he sees inside number coming at him, if he sees the inside number coming at him, on that crossover, stay on your track, son. If he sees the inside number coming at him, then he's going to attack the outside armpit, lift, just like he's doing here, squat. Now continue zoning up through his place out armpit, getting his backside ear to that armpit. All right? Now, the third thing is if he sees a stalemate, and this is what we call our piggyback scheme. If he sees a stalemate, if he sees a guy locked into him right here on the line of scrimmage, as he comes off, the guy does a good job of locking him out, he's going to try to get his play side hand to this defensive tackle's hip, and we want to basically double team that defensive lineman, getting movement on the first level first, and I want to try, the guard wants to try to push that tackle off to the second level. Point being that we've got to get some movement on the first level first before we worry about the second level, because we're in a heap of trouble with first level tackles. We'd much rather have the linebacker tackles for a 3.5-yard game, a 3-yard game, because he's going to get caught up behind this linebacker if we're getting some kind of push at all. And the back gets to the corner, we're going to get something out of it. All right, so if there's a stalemate there, we're going to get help with that tackle. So he's tracked into him. All right, he's getting stalemate. I see inside number. I don't see inside number stretching, and I don't see inside number coming at me. So when I come off my bucket step, I'm crossing over, and boom, I'm coming right here and getting my hand in and trying to shove that tackle with my outside hand, getting my hand on the inside number of the defensive tackle. So he's blocking half of him. He's on his outside. I'm on his inside. And then we try to get him going on that same zone track, and then I'll push him off if I can. If not, stay with movement. Stay with movement, and we got a chance. All right, let's see what we can do here. You're gonna run your reach track, right? You're gonna bucket, cross over. You're gonna read this 5 right here. If that 5 stretches, you're up on the backer. If that 5 comes at you, you're reaching that other 5. All right? If that 5 stays right there, then you're gonna piggyback. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Hey, defense. Look at here. You're doing that. Hey. You're doing that. You're doing this. All right, here we go. Now. Sit. Hey. All right. Who's going to block that linebacker? All right, let's do it. Come on now. Let's go. All right, here we go. One more time. You're here. You're here. Here we go. Now. Sit. Hey. All right. All right. One more time. Let's go. Hurry up. All right, here we go. You're here. You're there. Now. Sit. Hey. All right. All right, good. All right, one more time. Let's go. One more time. Real simple stuff. Here we go. You're here. All right. Sit. Hey. All right. All right, let's do it again. Watch the 5 now. Hey, that guy's going to tell you what to do. You understand? He's going to tell you, he ain't doing but 3 things. All right, here we go. Sit down. Sit. Hey. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go that way with it. Let's go that way. Here you go. You're right here. All right, here we go. One more time. All right, here we go, defense. You're here. All right, here we go. Now. Sit. Hey. All right, maintain. Good. Good. All right, let's go. Hurry back. One more time. The tackle got stretch. He got pressure. He locked on the pressure. He's blocking pressure. Whether it's at the first level or it's at the second level. He's staying on his track until he gets pressure. All right, here we go. You're here. You're here. Down. Sit. Hey! All right, good. All right, good. Make sure you get that backside ear, that play side armpit. That tailback sees that, right? He sees that guy come inside. He's automatic bounce. If you don't get him reached, we're in a heap of trouble. All right, one more time. Same thing with you. Now, if you're up on linebacker, make sure you keep zoning or you keep tracking through his outside armpit. All right, here we go. Look here, defense. Hey, Homer. All right, here we go. Here, down. Hit. Hey! All right, good. All right, where you're getting in trouble, where the guard's getting in trouble, everybody can see. He's not taking his bucket step. He's not taking his bucket step. He's taking a crossover step. All right, the crossover comes second. I'm here, now I'm pushing off and crossing over. All right, if you don't take that bucket step, you can't get on the level that you need to be on to pick up the slant or to get into the piggyback situation. All right, just real quick, any question with that? Zone blocking, the tracks, the levels, the pressure. Once again, if you're sitting there and you're teaching any kid, whatever level it is, if you help him understand that, if you help him understand track, if you help him understand pressure, you know, when do I come off, coach? I thought he had him. Getting pressure, son. You stay with pressure until you relieve the pressure. You stay on your track. If you're getting any kind of pressure, you block that pressure. And if they understand that and you push that, then they'll believe it and they'll understand it, man. And there won't be any gray area for excuses. And you know we've heard them all. Staying on your track, blocking pressure. Just real quick, on our inside zone, we tighten it up. Instead of a reach track, we block now what's a push track. Instead of the outside armpit, we're on the inside of the outside number. We're still tracking right through the guy, but it's more like a base block. Now with the guard, we're going to take just a little drop and shuffle. We're going to just drop and shuffle over real quick. Once again, reading the inside number. If it's there, we want to get what I call double team push. Once again, if it's coming at us, and we're going to attack the same spot, the inside, the outside number now get pushed, and the guard will get on up, the tackle will get on upfield for the linebacker. So the difference between an inside zone for us and the outside zone is now we're on a reach track on the outside zone. Inside zone, we're on a push track. And with the guard on the outside zone, it's the bucket step. On the inside zone, it's just a slight little drop, shuffle, and then get upfield. All right, real quickly, the pull technique that we used on the counter play. All right, this is the guard, this is the tackle. We're running the play to our left. We're running the G2 to our left. We taught this a little bit different in that our guard pull is a simple old-fashioned trap type pull. We want to transfer the weight. If he's the right guard, he's in this stance, we want to mentally, before the ball snap, make sure he transfers the weight to his backside foot. Once again, getting the weight on the inside half of that foot. He wants to open, jerking his elbow around. I know everybody's been that, seen that, talked that. He wants to push it open, once again, pointing his foot a little past the line of scrimmage, all right? On the counter play, we don't really want him up into the line of scrimmage as tight. That comes as the play's developed and he's following the tails of the offensive linemen. The more movement they're getting and the more he's squeezing to their hips. All right, so we don't want him pulling up into the line of scrimmage right now because it might not be there. It might be flat down the line of scrimmage. So he's open step a little bit more than just a basic trap play. The tackle, we want to get them on different levels. I want my tackle, when that guard is pulled, my guard is right here. I don't want my tackle right behind him. I want my tackle to take an open pull step. He's going to open up, cross over, and now I want him in this relationship off the hip of that guard. I want to be able to see the guard's block before he makes it. I want to read what the guard's going to do before he does it. All right, if I see the guy squeezing tight and hard, trying to wrong shoulder him and really getting penetration with it, I know that guard's going to cut the outside knee, so now we got a sweep play. If I see colors, and I see those colors coming upfield, and I'm kicking it. I know my guard's kicking him out. Now I'm deep enough. Now I start getting my shoulder square back up, start locating that linebacker, getting north and south to the football field. All right, real quick, let's try that. Let's see the guard open step. The guard pull step up into the line. You're the tackle, you're the guard. All right, you're pulling right down that line. All right, you see that guy back there in the blue shirt? You're going to go get him. But stop right there for that guy right there. All right, here we go. Now you take your open step. All right, here we go, down. Set. Hey! All right, open step, crossover. Get your depth now. Open step, crossover, get your depth, and try to see what that guard's doing. All right, one more time. Here we go. Down. Set. Hey! All right, good. Just simple on a GT play, just a little coaching point as far as getting that tackle depth and letting the guard adjust to the movement of the offensive line. If we're blowing him off, he wants to get tighter and tighter. All right, get into pass blocking. Get into pass blocking. I know I'm running a little bit behind. Pass blocking, once again, starts with a stance. You know, that's the worst place we get in trouble. You know, you always hear defensive line trying to give you a pass run key. That's why I like a 50-50 stance. A good offensive lineman can maintain a 50-50 stance, whether it's run or pass. He doesn't know which one it is. That's what we try to teach. It doesn't always happen that way. All right? What I want to show you real quick is I want to get these guys on the line.
Let's move back that way.
Okay. All right. All right, y'all line up. Give me 4 guys across this blue line right here. This damn soccer line here. All right. Now, the first thing you work on is a quick set. We're going to work on a quick set. The worst mistake in a quick set and drop back, I'm talking drop back right now, man. Fundamentals of drop back. The worst mistake to me in the pass set is if they leap or they take too big a step forward. I teach a fundamental called the right angle. Real simple. All right. If I'm on this line of scrimmage, that quarterback is behind them. They want to make sure they keep that defender away from the quarterback. I want to keep him in the right angle. I got a nose plane that runs right through my nose, north and south on the football field. Runs all the way to that goal line or that end zone line to that end zone line. I've got a shoulder plane that runs from sideline to sideline. I want to always maintain that defender in that right angle, away from wherever the quarterback is. If the quarterback's in here, I'm a right guard, a right tackle. He's outside on my right side. I maintain him in that right angle, all right? If I'm the left guard, left tackle, he's outside in this left angle. In this right angle, on the left side, okay? I want to maintain that guy in that position. That gives you 2 things. That gives you an analogy for the kid to understand. The other thing it gives you is an alarm system. This nose plane, if I set to a 3 technique and I'm a guard, he's already outside, so basically I just set up. If he makes an inside move, he's crossing my face. He crossed my nose plane. Now I got to power off inside. I've got to keep that guy way outside. The other thing it does, if that 3 technique rushes hard outside, I'm widening to the 3 technique. Once he breaks my shoulder plane, he's got me beat. That's when I drop and open, go to the hip and try to run him north and south. Real simple analogy. Once again, I think if you do it, you explain it to the kids, they always say, well, Coach, when do I open up? Especially your tackles. You're blocking a wide 5. You know, and the guy starts kicking back. He says, Coach, when I open my shoulders, when did I kick? Beat your kick. Once he beats you upfield, that's when you open up to him and try to run him upfield. As long as he's in that right angle, and I can keep him in that right angle, basically my outside foot to his crotch, I should never open my hips and should never open my shoulder. The worst thing that can happen on any drop backs, you well know, is we never get beat inside. If the kids stress that and they work at that, and you stress that, then they know that's a cardinal sin, ever letting that guy cross that nose plane and get inside to the quarterback. All right, going back to the basics, a quick set. Quick set. I get my linemen, every day we come out and we get on the goal line, the 5 and the 10-yard lines. I get 3 deep. And I get their toes right about an inch off the line, all right? So when we quick set, I want them to pop up out of that 50-50 stance, boom, all right? I want them popping up. I'll let them take a little inside step, lateral inside step, depending on what technique that guy is. If it's a one technique on a guard, and he's got to take an inside step to get into that right angle. If the guy's head up, he just needs to take a little set step. If he's a three, he might just need to set up depending on how good he is and what he needs. If he's a wide guy close to the gap, then he's going to need to kick back just a little bit to tighten that right angle up. The point is of putting them on the line of scrimmage, you do not want them hopping above that line. All right? If I look up there and I see a guy, I know I got everybody right here, and I look up there and I see a guy in his pass stance and he's right here, I know he's leaped. All right? His feet should never be over that line. Once again, you line them up with the inside foot approximately about an inch off that line. And once again, that way it lets you know how their pass setting. If they're leaping, if they're taking a false step, or whatever they're doing. All right? The next thing is I want to see their top, their head and shoulders back. All right? Their head and shoulders back, and their hands in a punch position. Now, a lot of people teach it different ways, and whatever you think works is the way you ought to teach it. We used to have ours, we started out having the old picture frame. We pass set just like this. All right, a lot like Brigham Young used to teach it. Everything came from the wrist. Everything came from the wrist. Then we came back to coiling them all the way to here, because I was tired of Santana Dotson and them guys running over my ass. We started trying to knock them up. All right, we started trying to punch them. All right, and then we started getting into lunging at them. So now we've gone to a happy medium, man. I like for the guys to be about 75% extended. All right, I don't want it all the way 75% extended, and then the punch is boom, boom, boom. And it's important that you work on that, and we work on it with a neck grab drill I'll show you in just a second. First thing is the pass set, having that front, all right, the weight on the inside of the feet, the head and shoulders back, and the hands ready in a punch position. Now, I want thumbs up, man. I want thumbs up for two reasons. I'll tell you one, you can guess the other. I want them to be able, when they punch, to have elbows come in. All right, instead of having them do this, fingers up, I want thumbs up. Plus, now if I'm locked out in this position, I've got a better feel for which way that guy's going. Press your hand, tells me which way they're going. I said two things. The third thing is you got a good shot right in there. All right? That's where them straps are. All right? Get them thumbs up, lock it out. All right? Hell, them guys on defense hold, so why the hell shouldn't we? All right, here we go. Quick set now. Quick set. I want to see you popping up. I want to see, first of all, give me your inside foot about an inch off the line. Here we go. Inside foot. Now drop your outside foot. Now, give me a good stance now. I done showed you once. All right, here we go. Quick set. Here we go. Down. Set. Hey! All right. All right. The first thing you ought to be able to see, I like them on the line also. I walk up and down them, and I can see up and down the line, see if their foot is over, and see if their ass is down and the shoulders are back. All right. I want to see their ass down, the shoulders back. They ought to be in this position right here. 70% extended. All right, one more time. You guys got to get your head and shoulders back now. All right, here we go. Quick set. Down. Set. Hey. All right, head and shoulders back. That's a little better. That's a pretty good job right here. All right, now get your hands in. Get your hands in tighter. Another good drill. Get your first group up there. Have a guy walking down the line of scrimmage at them and falling into them. All right? One of the worst mistakes, you see how wide this guy's hands are? He's missing his punch zone. All right? Now he's going to get into the shoulder pads and get the missing. Those hands need to be in tight, and that punch needs to be tight. If you have a guy walking down the line of scrimmage and leans into him, you punch me as I lean into you. Punch me. Punch me again. Now, shit, I used to play. All right, one more time. Squat your ass down. Let's go. Let's go. That's it. Comes down. This guy leans into it. Somebody punch me. Let's go. Hey, that's it. Now, Good coaching point right there. You see how he punched from his ankles all the way up. That punch has got to come from the shoulders out. That's it, right there. Now knock. That's it. All right, here we go. You're letting them break that cushion, man. All right, here we go. All right, let's go. That's it. All right, here we go. All right, he lunged too, so all got to come from here. All right. Hey, lean into me. All right, lean into me. All right, once again, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. All right, lock it out. Now, I have them fake them at times. I have them fake them. You know, you can progress this drill. As you're going down, they'll lean into them, step away, or they'll lean into them and keep putting pressure on them. Once again, as long as they're getting pressure, they want to stay locked out on it. Once they don't have pressure anymore, then they ought to recoil with their hands. It's a good, simple drill as far as where to punch them at. All right, let's walk right up here. You two pair off. You face each other. Y'all come in, y'all face each other. All right, here we go, right here. Turn around, face him. All right, let's go. Let's try to get a little better angle at the camera. All right, now, the other drill we do to work on a pass set is a neck grab drill. Simplest drill in the world, but once again, it's the fundamentals of making sure that pass is right. When you pass set, all right, you're going to grab his neck, all right, and you want to get locked out. All right, here we go. Quick set, down. Sit, hey. All right. Now, you see how you lunged? I don't want that. I want you setting up and punching. All right, here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right, you lunge again. Do it again. Quick set. Here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right, now sink your ass. You won't lean over. All right, let's try this guy. Quick set. Here we go. You out. This is offense. You're defense. Stand up. All right, here we go. Quick set. Here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right, do it again. Step into him and grab him, sir. All right, here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right. All right. Now sink your ass. All right. Sink your ass. Get that extension. All right. If you're getting pressure, lock it out. All right, let's try it one more time. Grab him and stay locked into him. Here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right. All right. One more time. All I want you to do is just step up and grab him. All right. All right. Squat. You're going to punch. And you just stay. Now, lock it out. Lock me in. Now. I'm leaning into you. Now, lock it out. All right. Squat, son. Squat. Keep it locked out. Why you bending the elbow? All right. Keep it locked out once you get into it. All right. One more time. Both of you at the same time. Neck grab. Here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right. If he's still into you, and he's pushing on you, and you're getting pressure, you keep your hands locked into it. All right. Now, walk right up here, Mike. Walk right up here. Now, once again, the stab, the punch. I told you we want it 75% locked out, and we want the punch here. I want the outside hand, whether it's the right guard or right tackle. I want the outside hand punching the inside of the outside number. I want the inside hand in this position right here. Initial punch is boom, right here. Power foot up, kick foot back. All right, one more time. Give me all four of you up here on the line. Turn around and face those guys. All right, when we get into our stance, man, I apologize. Let me cover something simple first. As I told you, the inside foot is up, the outside foot is back. That's our power foot. Power foot is up. The foot is back is a kick foot. All right, we want to maintain that position at all times. Maintain that position at all times. Kick, slide, power slide, power slide, power slide. Dragging the inside of the outside foot in the direction we're going in. All right? Now, it's important that the guys get their hands locked out. They lock out the pressure, get the separation with the defensive guys. The pressure on the hand will tell them which one is the power foot. All right? Which one is the power foot? If I'm locked into Mike right here, come around here, Mike. If I'm locked into Mike right here, all right, and I'm a right guard, my power foot's up, my kick foot is back. All right, I want to lock out my inside. If he's going to the inside, then I'm getting pressure on that hand. I'm getting pressure on that hand. Now that tells me that I've got to have the inside foot has got to have power on it. All right, so I'm powering him off inside. Once again, keeping that right angle, keeping him away from the quarterback. If he starts out wide on me, if he's rushing outside on me, and I'm in this position, he starts here. Now the pressure's on my outside hand. I want to keep kicking, kick sliding here, maintaining him in that right angle. Now, once he breaks the cushion, and he breaks the shoulder plane, if he breaks the shoulder plane, either inside or outside, all right, that's when I have to open up and try to run him upfield. Now, a coaching point there, man, is we used to try to push him to the line of scrimmage years ago. All right? You don't want to push that defense. You don't want to widen the pocket. You want to maintain that pocket of protection. All right? You want your guards and your centers to have a 2-yard zone. And they know once they get past 2 yards, if this is the line of scrimmage, I'm here and I'm locked into a guy, They have to learn approximately 2 yards here. And they can't get pushed anymore. If they get beat outside, then you want to run them to the goalpost. Take the momentum of the defensive guy and run him to the goalpost. All right, so if I'm blocking this guy, he's in a 3 technique or a 5 technique, whichever one. I set into him. He rushes me to the outside. I'm locked into him. He gets by me. He's faster than I am. He got by me. As soon as he broke that shoulder plane, all right, I'm getting pressure here, so I'm kicking out. Come on upfield, son. Come on upfield. Now he's gotten by me. Boom. I want to take him and try to go to his hip and run him to the end zone. I think that's important to teach your kids. A lot of times, and still, we try to push them that way. If I'm here and he's beat me by, and I try to push him there, and his momentum is going there, you ain't going to do nothing except push air, and he's going to airlift your quarterback. All right. Now, it's important that they understand that as far as going to the hip. The other thing going to the hip will do for you, once you push the guy upfield, he's beat me by, he's broken the shoulder plane, I'm here. Now he starts a spin move. Nope. You're going to spin outside. All right, just do it slow. As soon as he starts wait a minute, son. As soon as he starts slowing down, I'm pushing. All of a sudden I'm starting to get some resistance, right? As soon as I feel that resistance now my right angle is here, right? I got to push him on upfield. Once he goes to spin, I want to push off. When you spin, I want to push off and regroup myself. All right, if your hand is up high pushing that guy and he starts to spin, son, spin. All right, if he starts to spin, look here, I want you to spin and come back around me. All right, here we go. You're going upfield, I'm pushing, that's it. If my hand is not low on that hip, I won't feel that happening and won't be able to readjust to it. So you got to keep the hand low on the hip. All right, hand placement. Talked about pressure on the hand as to which foot to power with. Does everybody understand what I teach there? Once again, it's the kick foot, even though it's the back foot. If I'm getting pressure with that outside hand, I still am going to power with that outside foot, even though it's in a kick relationship. It's no different than if he's powering me here and then I power off here, power slide. Now I'm locked here and he's fighting outside and I'm power slide, even though it's my kick foot. Trying to keep that right angle, that hip plane, square to the line of scrimmage. All right? Yep. Any questions with that? Man, I tell you what, I want to get into rip and the swim technique. I want to get into twist pickup. And I wanted to get into the right angle on sprint protection and also half sprint and full sprint. Coach, I'm over. What do you want me to do here? Keep going? Hey. All right. Anybody want to see twist pickup real quick? Does that matter? Anybody see twist? All right, real quick, let's go right here, man. Way we teach twist pickup. The loop guy, you face him. Come on, right here. You face him, all right? Y'all are offense, y'all are defense. I'm sorry. Y'all are defense, y'all are offense. All right? The loop guy, whoever, we key breastplate, we key numbers. You know, a lot of fundamentals I hadn't been over, man. And want those guys keying the inside of the numbers, right in the middle of the sternum. When they pass set, they want to be looking right in the middle of those numbers, not in the eyes, not up at the head, right in the middle of those numbers. On twist pickup, the guy that has the looper, all right, as soon as he sees those numbers open, he doesn't ask any more questions. He attacks the next guy to the inside or to the side that the number's open to, okay? So if this guy's a defensive tackle, he's an offensive guard. If he sets on me and he sees my numbers open, all right, if I open like this, he knows immediately I'm the loop guy, this is the penetrator, all right? Two jobs are important here. Number one is that guard ought to know that if he's got a 1 or 2 technique or, you know, a 3 technique and the guy's coming outside to the B gap on him, there ain't but one thing that's happening on a pass situation. They're running a damn twist, all right? He's got to maintain that guy on the line of scrimmage. Now, if I set here, I'm the right guard, he starts outside, come on, son. All right, he starts outside, and I've got a power here keeping him on the line of scrimmage, powering with my outside foot. The tackle, as he immediately sees that guy open, he turns and he run block. We run block. We turn and we attack, and we want to cave the A gap with a run block technique. That does two things. It squeezes the gap, as I just said, plus it notifies this guy. He ought to already have a hint with that guy going outside, but that tells him by him bumping him off that a twist is going on, and we yell twist. We have the loop guy yell twist, all right? You guys step out about 2 or 3 yards. Come on this way. Y'all get on this line right here, all right? Now, I'm going to have this guy, Mike, promise me you'll knock this him, all right? When this guy opens, I want you to turn and attack, all right? I want you to maintain contact with that guy. When you're bumped off, you're going to stay with pressure, all right, until you're bumped off. And come on and attack, Mike. Boom. He attacks. Then you start sliding back inside, keeping your hands on that pressure, looking for the loop guy, okay? All right, here we go. Hey, you're there. You're there. Here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right. All right. Now. All right, good. That's a pretty good job there. All right, now, we're run blocking now. Once you see that, I mean, we're pass blocking, but once you see that guy open, you turn and you run block right now. You understand? You want to drive his all the way to the sideline. All right, here we go. Same thing, defense. Down. Sit. Down. Sit. Get down. Get down. Down. Sit. Hey. All right. That's a good coaching point right there. You got to attack that inside number. All right. You got to attack the inside number right here. All right. You can't let any penetration come there. You can't leave that guy until he bumps you off. You understand? You don't know what's going on. You don't know for sure, right? So that guy gives you the bump off. That tells you that a twist is coming. All right. You ought to knock the out of him. You ought to be maintaining with him, and you ought to yell twist. All right. All right, here we go. Down. Sit. Hey. All right. All right. You lost your right angle now. The same thing here. When this guy comes around, where's the football? Where's the quarterback? Right back there. All right. You can't let that guy cross your nose plane. All right. Slide your ass in there. Stay in the right angle on him. All right. Here we go. One more time. Down. Sit. Hey. All right. All right. Good. All right. Good. All right. Is that good enough? Man, any quick questions? Man, I appreciate it. It's a great opportunity to be here, and I want you to know that we got a lot more knowledgeable guys over there at TCU, and Coach Sullivan now. We got a great head coach and a great X&O guy, and our assistant head coach Pete Haney is as good as I've seen, and good receiver coach, and our defensive staff. My men, they get after people it's supposed to be done, and I want y'all to know that anybody and everybody's welcome over there at any time. You let us know you want to come, that you're coming, and we'll have the film or have the coaches there, whatever you need. Just let us know. Thanks a bunch.
In about 10 minutes, 11 o'clock, we're going